ピース行くぞ
Haki is a mysterious power that is found in every living being in the world. It's not different from the typical senses, however most people do not notice it or fail to awaken it. It can mean ambition, willpower, drive, spirit, and aspiration to name a few. The term itself however literally translates to Supreme Ki. Luffy learned to control this from his master Rayleigh. This was confirmed more when Rayleigh himself later proudly proclaimed Luffy as his pupil to the Marines. Rayleigh is also shown to possess great mastery of Haki and made use of all three types while teaching Luffy about them and training him in the basics. Rayleigh indeed trained Luffy on how to control this, but this by no means taught him the advanced stages like Advanced Haki. This will lead to Luffy learning the advanced version of Haki through the three forms of guidance that would help Luffy to learn the power of Haki and finally the Advanced Conqueror's Haki. Luffy's final trial, learning the power of King's Awakening. Hi everyone, Flying Panda. As when we first saw Devil Fruits, we believe this to be the power that everyone desired and for us to consider the strongest. Devil Fruits are mystical fruits found throughout the world that when consumed provide the eater a special ability depending on the type and variation of the fruit itself. After the time skip, we realize that the stronger the Haki, the stronger you are. Haki, unnamed the first time, was first seen when Shanks used it to scare off the Lord of the Coast to save Luffy when he was a child from the wrath of the Sea King. The term Haki was first coined and used much later when Blackbeard was commenting on Luffy's bounty in Jaya and was hinted at during Shanks' visit with Whitebeard. But in recent times we realize that there is a new level above Haki and that is the advanced stage. Now this leads to Luffy upgrading his Haki and this was all without a new teacher. Most already know that Luffy needed one teacher and that was Rayleigh, and Luffy is intelligent enough to increase his skills on his own. We saw this with Gear Second. Gear Second is a technique that enhances the user's strength, speed and mobility. This technique involves Luffy speeding up the blood flow in all of selected body parts in order to provide them with more oxygen and nutrients. This makes him more faster and more powerful. He developed this ability after encountering CP9 and watching them use ZORO. This shows that Luffy is a genius in the art of fighting and how he imitates these abilities. As I mentioned, there will be no more teachers for Luffy to enhance his Haki powers. They will be learning this upgrade through guidances. For example, in the battle with Katakuri, Luffy was fighting with all his might, but was Katakuri doing the same? Katakuri sees Luffy as his first real challenge in months, perhaps even years. Katakuri has never fallen on his back in a fight, much less been defeated. His desire to fight Luffy is only matched by Luffy's conviction to win. When Luffy gets angry at the others for making fun of Katakuri's mouth, Katakuri truly sees him as his equal. But even before throwing the hat in, Katakuri wanted to confirm that he was getting beaten by a man who was worthy. He wanted to know that the man who beat him had conviction of worthy of the fight he just went through, which is why he asked him this: will someday you come back here? He decided to end the match since he knew that Luffy would never back down. He has chosen to be defeated. With the base level of observational Haki, Luffy is capable of sensing the presence of others and greatly aiding his reflexes to dodge attacks such as bullets. During the fight, Luffy got to watch and learn about Future Sight, a form of Haki that makes him able to see a little into the future. Luffy got this skill through fighting Katakuri. Luffy gained extraordinary mastery of observational Haki, able to use an advanced form of observational Haki which allowed him to see slightly ahead into the future. This ability was again seen in Yudon Prison, where Luffy predicts the move of the guard's attack. Katakuri was the first to further enhance Luffy's ability. Now for the second haki, Ornament Haki. Ornament Haki is a form that allows the user to use their spirit to create in essence an invisible armor around themselves. This haki allows the user to defend against attacks that would otherwise cause them harm. Luffy regularly uses it in combat in the New World to increase his defenses and attack power, and is now able to strike Logia users. Luffy is currently attempting to learn an advanced application of the Ornament Haki that will allow him to emit his haki a short distance without a medium. This is through the help from Hyogoro, a prisoner in Udon region of Wano country. 20 years ago, he was the most famous Yakuza boss in Wano. Once he found out about the advanced Ornament Haki technique that Luffy was trying to learn, Hyogoro offered to teach him. This is where Luffy will get the skill upgrade to emit haki bursts. Again, talking about his fighting intelligences, Luffy already figured out how to hurt Kaido is through this method. This relationship with Luffy and Hyogoro remind me of the connection with Luke Skywalker and Yoda from Star Wars. This was not the first time there were the Germa 66 and the clones. Germa 66 is an elite army of clones. This instantly reminded me of the Order 66, which was for the clone army to assassinate all the Jedi. Is it a coincidence, or is the number 66 and clone army a reference to Star Wars? If you look more into this, the force around you can be the same as haki is around you. But let's talk about this some other time. Now, if we follow this pattern, the next stage is developing his Conqueror's haki, and who will be next to show it to him. If we keep it to the pattern of learning haki per arc, then the next one could indeed be after Wano. But who would be the next person to show him this ability? Leave in the comments below of whom you think. Scopper Goban would be the ideal one, but if we stick to this pattern of learning advanced haki, then Luffy should teach this to himself when he witnesses up front like the other two. As I've spoken about in my previous video, could this advanced haki be elemental haki? We have seen when two Conqueror's haki clash, it emits a lightning around them. Check out that old video. In Wano, it's the second time we have haki with a different name. In Skypiea they call it mantra, and in the Wano country, haki is known as Ryu, Flowering Sakura. I wonder what they'll call it on the moon. This next part is off topic, but in the recent episode of One Piece. The official Twitter account for the One Piece franchise revealed on Sunday that Ryotaro Okiayu is a new voice of the character Kizaru. In the One Piece anime, after Ishizuka passed away last August, the character appears in the anime's 881st episode, which aired on Sunday. They got a new voice actor for Kizaru in this episode after Ichikusa's passing. He's not quite the same, and like what Arta said, he still got pretty close. Feels like a worthy successor to Izuyuka's legacy again. I mentioned it before, it hurts me of his legacy in so many animes, and of course when I did my first ever cosplay. Rest in peace.